Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahushai, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahushai, Barak to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kwakadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles, Grammys from the well, to the icon around the focus of the earth, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Yes, bro. National DC Church, short lesson for the hopeful elect. Yep. So you see the shenanigans you gotta deal with concerning our salvation and what we have to be ready for. Yeah, because this serpent, man, this serpent called Esau, it's just tightening up, man, on different levels. You know, getting in close, for the kill. Wants that birthright back so bad that they're willing to go to this extent to have their parents, have the parents, submit their children to the jab doctrine. All right. So it's gonna be crazy, man. So this is the governor of New York. All right. Being being the devil, being the adversary. All right, being the enemy of righteousness. And hey, all I can say is the Lord always has something special for those that the enemies of his people, for those that are enemies of the gospel. All right. So it says the governor of New York is urging parents to get their children who are old enough jabbed against the C-19, and reminding them that the C-19 jab is already part of the jab schedule. So this is a so-called mandate they're pushing up there, So you can imagine the drama, these children have to deal with, whether they're in public school or private school. All right, and it's often gonna get worse, man. And that's what the scripture tells us. It's gonna lead towards anyway. So we're not surprised that this is the time when you'll be beginning to be exposed to the enemies of our people, all right, the enemies of the Israelites, all right, who are the so-called Negroes, so-called Latino, and so-called Native Americans that the Bible speaks of, all right, and these so-called elites, man, they're just upset that their time of rulership is up, and that they're desperate, so they're gonna have their so-called vax to school agenda, and then they say what promotes the jab through social media, provide resources for parents about jabbing their children, recruit schools and communities willing to host jab clinics for kids. Yeah, so it's all one big agenda, man, to sacrifice children for their new world order. And that's why we let the Lord fight our battles for us, man. Because all these folks running towards weapons and guns and all that stuff, it's not gonna solve their problem, because this is a spiritual battle, all right? So the Lord, Hamashiach Yahushai, is gonna do what the Lord had purpose in his heart to do. So I'm gonna read from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4. I'm going to read from verse 29 to 31. All right. You know what? Let's see. You know what? I'll start from verse 27. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you. And there ye shall serve gods. The work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. But if thou shalt seek the Lord Yahweh thy power, thou shalt find him. Remember, Scripture says, seek the Lord while he may be found. So in these last days, man, it's when a lot of our people begin to wake up that the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai is on our side. And we need to get ready, for the time of salvation. So it says, but if from thence, from where we've been scattered around the four corners of the earth, shall seek the Lord Yahweh our power, thou shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul. When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days, if thou turn to the Lord Yahweh thy power, and thou shalt be obedient unto his voice. So you could imagine what's going to happen, what miracle the Lord is going to perform on our behalf when we ask in the name of his son Yahushua, right? Hamashiach, all right? Then verse 31 says, for Lord Yahweh thy power is a merciful power, all right? He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers which he sware unto them. So whatever plan, these elites have, man, it's not going to be able to be carried to fruition, because the Lord Yahweh has already made his promise to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that we shall be in good case concerning our salvation, all right, concerning our inheritance, all right. We're going to go through hell, but we shall be redeemed. And that's what the whole scripture is all about, man. The ups and downs of our nation, and then the salvation, all right, that the Lord is going to put upon us. So that's what we're waiting for this last day, man. The Lord strengthening our faith and helping us to cope with the oppression that's bearing down our heads, all right. So the book of Jeremiah chapter 51 verses 5 and 6 says, for Israel had not been forsaken, nor Yahweh of his power. So how can the nations triumph over us when the Lord has not forsaken us? It's impossible for them to do so, all right? So it says, for Israel had not been forsaken, all right, nor Judah of his hosts. I read one more time. For Yasharallah had not been forsaken, nor Yahweh of his power, of Yahweh, the Lord of hosts. Though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. All right? So the Lord still has us in remembrance, man. There's nothing that the elites can do to wipe away the Most High's mindset, the Most High's memories. All right? That's why the Lord is letting his angels become visible over the earth and give us those experiences to let us know that we're almost out of this captivity. Then verse 6 says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not caught off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So the time of Babylon's recompense is it's heating up, and the Lord is going to let it become terrible for the enemies of our people, the enemies of the gospel. They're going to get jacked up, and the Lord is giving us that advice not to get attached to this place, man, because its judgment is at hand, and we have to stand up quickly. I would say, wake up from our slumber immediately, and once we hear that that trumpet to arise, that we got something going on, an emergency, then it's about time. No delays. Just forget what you're doing, drop whatever you're doing, you know, and listen to the message. And that's the gospel of the Lord Amashak Yahushai. All right. So Psalms 124, furthermore, gives us, more encouragement, more comfort that the Lord, is watching over us. So Psalms chapter 124, starting from verse 1, says, if it had not been the Lord, who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been, or if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us, when enemies rose up against us with their mandates, all right. So this is not just New York. You have New Jersey, you have DC, you got Virginia, you got California, all right. You got Florida also. All these crazy mandates around the whole country. Texas, Arizona, you name it. Maryland, yep, Delaware, Connecticut, you name it. Mississippi, Alabama, Utah, Colorado. Yeah, man. So it's gonna be crazy, man. For our people in this last day. So it says in verse 2, if it had not been the Lord Yahweh who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick. Yeah. And remember, it's not just here in the United States, it's also across the world too. All right, you got Australia, you got England, you got Ireland, Scotland, you got Africa, you got Asia, all that, the whole world. That this jab mandate is being pushed. So it says, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. All right. So it says, then the waters had overwhelmed us, the stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be the Lord who had not given us as a prey to their teeth. And that's the point right there, man. Verse 6. Blessed be the Lord who had not given us as a prey to their teeth. So this is the elect, man. Thanking the Lord for delivering us, man, because it's gonna be crazy, man. When you see the destruction of 2,005 people and those that went along with the system, wow, it's gonna be crazy. So with that, just gotta keep on saying and that's Akim. You just gotta stay faithful and remember the promises our Lord made to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, concerning these last days. All right, and you have to learn to walk in it and to hold on to that promise, because it's very, very important. With this gospel from Mashak Yahushai, that you remember, what the Lord had promised our forefathers of what He's going to do for us, and keep that in remembrance. Keep brothers in remembrance, and hey, faith's as small as a mustard seed. You just have to maintain all the way to the end. Shalom.